could really feel God in the chapel. Like, there's so many things that happened, and like at the closing when the pastor was like praying, like you could hear him praying. It's just like the sound of people crying and like and people's noses running, and like, you could hear that a lot, and it was really touching. So.
And so like when we were there, I just felt it just like hit me like this, just it was just immense, and I don't know how to explain it, but I just felt God's love for me and how He cares about me, even though I've sinned and that I've wronged Him, that He still loves me and that He's been there for me the whole time. And it was just such a great feeling, and it helps me, and it's going to help me understand that God has been there the whole time, and He's always been there.
I'm glad that God has just brought me to camp this week, and I'm glad that He's just let me open up to different people and just be able for me to express my feelings to a lot of different people. And they've actually been here for me and talked about some things, and I'm just hoping to get closer to God, and I just am really pleased with what He's doing to me.
Tonight at worship, something just really clicked in my heart, and I realized that, Jesus died for us on the cross, and He went through horrific things just for us. And we really don't have the right to remain quiet about it. We need to go out to the world and share His word with others who haven't heard it yet. Being quiet should not be an option for us.
Well, I wasn't supposed to come this week, but I ended up being able to, and I know now that it was because God wanted me to, because He showed me this week that like people do have compassion, and that it's not fake, it's genuine, and that I myself need to show more. And I think the moment where it like really struck me that like everything Jesus gave for me is when I think his name is Scott, the speaker, was talking about when they crucified Jesus and everything they did and the pain that He went through, which I never really thought about practically and realistically, and thinking about it in that terms really made it more real than anything else ever has.
Lately I've been going through like some family stuff, like with my dad and like custody and stuff. And like I just became distant from God. And usually people say that they should become closer to God in those tough challenges, and it's harder to become closer to God in good places. It's honestly harder though. Like this week was honestly a refreshment, and it was so amazing to know that no matter how far, no matter how distant you become away from God, He always has His arms open for you. He always will love you. If it's genuine, He will still be there, and He will take you in His arms, and He will never let you go. But you have to be the one to come back. If you're the one to lead, then you have to come back. He's still talking to you. You just have to listen. And this week was just so incredible. It was such a refreshment. And I really will try to keep this feeling, to keep this closeness to God, because it's the truth. And you just know it. You know in your heart that this is where it all is. Not some fashion magazine or some boy or the next big thing. This is the truth. This is real joy, not some fake happiness. and it's just amazing.
This week at camp, we were in children's ministry, so we were helping with little kids that were in, I guess you call it the projects. They were very well off, and I remember a little girl came up to me, and we were giving them lunch. It wasn't anything special. It was like little small rocks like that big, and sticks of cheese and stuff. And there was 3 little girls that showed up at first, and the middle sister came up, and I gave her the wrap, and she said, "We get all this," and I was like, "Yeah, you get all this. You can have whatever you want. We have a lot more." And the little girl was like, "I can't believe we get all this. I never had to eat all this." And it hit me hard. I was like, how conceited are we to be oblivious to the fact that there are children who think half a McDonald's wrap is a lot when we get to complain whenever we can only get a Big Mac or something. I mean, it just hit me that we have a lot more than we think we do.
Smile. Cheese. He said cheese.